What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and you all might want to go ahead and buckle your seatbelts on for this one and make sure they are super tight. Because some of you all will be triggered by what you see and hear in this video. And the rest of you all will leave this video feeling disturbed. I want to bring you all the story of Marvin and Dre McCray. Marvin McCray, better known as Vaughn, is an ex-Marine who is now in a coma in a vegetative-like state. Andrea McCray is Vaughn's wife. Some of you all may know her as Dre, Slay with Dre, or one of her various other online names. She is a social media influencer who I believe became most popular for her makeup tutorials. Now, I'm not saying that this is a 100% fact. Nothing has been proven yet. But people seem to believe that Dre is responsible for Vaughn's condition, meaning that Vaughn is in a coma and in a vegetative state right now because of Dre. And after looking into the situation for just a moment, I understand why people feel this way. I want you all to understand here that this is an entry-level video, meaning that my goal in this video is to raise awareness about this topic and give you all a basic idea of what is going on. And in my future videos on this topic, I will be doing a deeper dive. Yes, I definitely want to dive deeper into this story. However, Dre was the type to record everything. You know, not only did she do her makeup tutorials on TikTok and stuff like that, but she often did Facebook Lives. Nothing seemed to be private in her household. I don't feel like Vaughn ever got privacy in his own home because Dre was the type to record everything. And what I mean by everything, she literally would record Vaughn in his worst moments. One video, which I will not show here today out of respect, shows Dre recording Vaughn while having multiple seizures. She doesn't call 911. She doesn't call help. No. She decides to turn on the camera and show everyone in the world her husband having these seizures without trying to get him any help. Now, this has gained her quite the social media following. For lack of better words, she has turned her husband's health condition into a storyline that she uses for her videos in order to garner sympathy, to get views, clicks, what have you. And the reason I have to wait to do a deeper dive into this topic is because there is hours upon hours, and I mean days, worth of footage that I need to comb through. But let me go ahead and not get too far ahead of myself. Let me give you all a basic outline of what is going on so far, or at least what I know. Marvin Vaughn Jackson McCray is a 29-year-old ex-Marine. He was discharged from the Marine Corps due to a knee injury. He is married to Dre McCray. She is a social media influencer who started off doing makeup tutorial videos on Facebook, then soon moved to TikTok. She now has a following of 177,000 on TikTok alone. So she is pretty active. They have 3 kids together, although I believe only one of those kids is Marvin's. I believe her other 2 kids is from a previous relationship. I may be wrong there. Let me know down in the comments below. Including their kids, had recently started an alkaline vegan diet and also started taking herbs. One of these herbs is not legal in the US, but she still took it and advised all of her Facebook and TikTok followers to do the same. Her kids took them as well. A couple of weeks later, after taking these herbs, Vaughn had 8 seizures. She did not call 911, but she sure as hell decided to record the seizures for all of her TikTok followers to see. On May 23rd, 2022, a police report leaked, and it stated that Vaughn tried to unalive himself in his backyard shed. However, it is also mentioned that he had defensive wounds on his left arm. Dre mentioned an argument had occurred earlier that day, but also mentioned that Dre had took a lot of this herb that I had just mentioned before. Thankfully, all of the evidence, reports, and body cam footage of Dre's conversation is still being investigated. Now, after this incident, Vaughn was sent to Yuma Medical Center. He was then put on a ventilator. And then he was sent to another VA hospital, Yuma Medical Center. He was then put on a ventilator there as well, and then sent to another VA hospital. Dre was notified by doctors that he was in a vegetative state. No brain activity was present, and that more than likely he would never wake up. Since then, he has been moved around to 3 or 4 different hospitals. Every single doctor has given her the same information. The weird part is that she refuses to believe any of that information. She also refuses to administer the proper seizure medications, and she also refused the brand of tube feedings that they were giving Vaughn and decided to use her own. She still believes that he will wake up, even though every hospital has told her that will not be the outcome. She continues to go on TikTok and Facebook Lives every day. She tells her followers to take screenshots of her cute outfits while her husband is in the background on a ventilator. She admits to doing a lot of terrible things to cure him, but I cannot mention them here. Lastly, she has refused his mother, father, and stepmother of seeing him. They had to find out through social media that he was even in a coma. She did another TikTok live where she was telling nurses and hospital security to never ever allow Vaughn's parents to see him. His father drove 3,000 miles. His mother lives in Georgia and is currently trying to find an Arizona lawyer. Several people have been written and called: the Marine Corps, Dr. Phil, Yuma Police, Tuscan Police, Adult Protection Services. Everyone is basically trying to raise awareness about this situation. So yeah, right off the bat, looking into it, it was really disturbing to me to see these videos and pictures of her like, hey everyone, look at my outfit. Do I look nice today? Oh yeah, I want, like, she's fishing for compliments. But in the background of these videos and photos, when she's literally like showing the world, hey, look at my outfit today, her husband is in the background on a ventilator. You know, he can't even breathe on his own. His chest is artificially inflating over and over again as the ventilator pumps air into his body. It is so sickening to the point where I don't want to share a lot of these videos, because as someone who has had family members on ventilators, as someone who has had, family members who we had to make the decision to pull the plug, it hit me, on a different level. Seeing someone in that state, it always affects me. So I don't really want to share those videos, but they're out there. And I want you all to understand, like I said earlier, I am on the surface level right now. Like, I'm literally on the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this story. There's so much stuff I haven't seen yet. What I did see that literally, it drew me to the point where I had to make this video, was this clip that I'm about to show you all. Like I said, this may be triggering for some, but I believe it's important to just show you the mental state of this woman and how sick it is what she's doing. I can't tell you all for sure that this woman is responsible for Vaughn being in the state that he is, but I can tell you all for sure that she is basically trying to gain clout off of it. She is using him while he is literally a vegetable for YouTube views and clout. It's sickening. But let's go ahead and watch this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Baby, I'm gonna go now, okay? Did you turn away from me? You don't want to hear it? Sir. Baby, don't turn your face away from me. I gotta go shopping for the lambs. We need to get some key limes, some bananas. I promise I will be here tomorrow.
Oh man. Whew. See, stories like this, they're always hard for me to cover because stuff like that really pisses me off. You know, I have to still sit here and make an entertaining video for you all, but that clip just enrages me. Because why would you take advantage of someone in that state? Like, do you really need the views that much? Like, I understand, I'm a YouTuber. I like getting views, I understand, but God, is there not a, like, is there not a barrier? Is there not, like, a point where you take things too far? I would never imagine even, like, whew, taking my phone out to record this moment would be the last thing on my mind. I wouldn't even want the world to see someone who is my significant other in this state. Yet even though he seems to have no brain activity and he's a vegetable now, he's literally still like pulling away from her. That's one thing that I've really like, oh, that really made me feel odd because it seems almost as if he had a reaction to like pull away from her while she's still there trying to use him for clout, trying to suck whatever life he has left in his body out of him in order for some views on TikTok. This is sick. This is downright psychotic, but it shows you where we're at in today's world. A lot of people are doing things like this. A lot of people are looking at these, moments that should be intimate moments between you and your loved ones, and they feel the need to document it. But she's taking it to the extreme. She was already taking it to the extreme well before he was ever in a coma, from what I can see. In fact, like I said, I've just gone over a lot of these videos really briefly. There's so much footage for me to look at. But from just the small sample size of what I've seen from this woman, she's very obviously mentally disturbed. And ladies, can we please stop making people like this successful? Please. I don't know what it is about these makeup influencers, but a lot of them are straight up garbage people. Every time we hear about a new controversy coming from a big YouTuber or a big TikTok star, it's always these makeup influencers, like these makeup tutorial artists. They, for some reason, they blow up, they get really successful. Think of like Jeffree Star and people like that. And then they always have these crazy ass stuff going on with them. All I'm saying is, I don't hate on anyone for the views and the success that they have, but can we start showing people who are really talented that type of attention and not showing women like this attention? There's no reason why anyone should know this woman's name. From what I saw of her, she's talentless. Yes, she knows how to paint her eyebrows on and do a little bit of makeup, but I'm sure half the people watching this video can do their makeup just as well as she does. We got to stop giving people like this attention because it's literally becoming deadly. And I mean that very literally. People are dying for YouTube views. People are getting taken advantage of for YouTube views. This woman has not an ounce of talent in her body, so she uses her husband's condition to boost her up, to gain attention. That's so sad. But like I said, I have only looked into this situation for a little bit. There's a lot to unpack here. One thing that really sticks out to me is that he supposedly walked to the shed and tried to unalive himself. But from my understanding, he was supposedly in a condition where he could hardly move before that. So there, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of disturbing things to unpack here. But I want to give you all a better idea of who this woman is. So let's go ahead and watch this clip so you can get a better idea of her attitude and who she is as a person.
Behavior is very erratic lately. That doesn't bother me. Mother sucker, I am crazy. Matter of fact, you better believe my behavior is gonna be erratic all the time, boo. This is why I didn't show my husband my crazy until I got married, okay? I trapped him. I said it. But now he doesn't look at it being trapped. He is happy that I trapped him, okay? Because he benefits. But yeah, it's not lately. It's all the time, mother sucker. Since I've been on social media, my behavior has been consistent. Psycho as a mother and very passionate with a big heart. but someone that don't take no bull. And so whenever bull does happen to me, I'm going to express it, and I'm going to be heated, and I'm going to be pissed. Okay? The way I look at it, it's not me trying to be controlling or me trying to take over. The way I am, I'm a very, very protective person. And when it comes to people in this household, I don't even have words. But if someone wants to go to my husband, you got to get through me. Period. Like, I'm not sorry. You want to, this is why, he wasn't about to ask my husband nothing. Nope, because I'm here now, okay? I'm here, and yeah, this ain't gonna fly. This ain't gonna fly at all. I cannot.
Man, oh man, one thing I cannot stand is people who use fake ghetto accents. I hate people like her. It's always people like her that go out of their way to try to sound ghetto. Like, you're not ghetto. You're not a thug. You have no idea about the street life. Please stop pretending like you talk like that. I can guarantee you all, as soon as the police come, her whole accent, her whole tone will change in a heartbeat, and she'll sound like another regular white woman. But here in these videos, she tries to sound like, all ghetto, and oh man, it's so disgusting. I hate people like that. I absolutely hate people like that. And I really hate it because I know a lot of you all don't know much about me, but I've lived in some pretty rough places in my life. I've actually lived in the projects and the ghetto in my life. And never do I try to sit here and portray myself like I'm this street, hardcore thug, ghetto person. Never do I have to, use the words that she's using to try to make myself look cooler or to be accepted by a certain crowd. But that's what she's doing. She's a wannabe. She's a wigger. That's literally what this woman is, if you ask me. She has no talent. But from what you see here, she's crazy. She's crazy. She's like one of those hot-headed women. They don't think about their actions. They just do whatever they want to do, and they're able to do that because men enable them. A lot of men, they're so thirsty for some cooch, they'll allow women to act and do whatever they want. And that's what happened here. She never had a man put her in check, so she tries to go around and roll her neck around like she's so ghetto. Like I said, that will all freeze up in a heartbeat if this woman was put behind bars. Go ahead and keep up that act if you want to. Karma will come back, and we'll see if you're really as ghetto and as rough and hardcore and thuggish as you think you are. And she's waving around her knife and stuff. For what? You're a makeup tutorialist. Do some freaking makeup. Don't sit here with your tits sagging, waving around a knife, talking like you're some ghetto gangster queen when you're not. You are lame as hell. Oh my God. But you see, people like this often become successful. This reminds me of like the Catch Me Outside girl or something like that. We have to stop giving these type of people the attention because they will do anything for attention. It becomes dangerous. Once them acting ghetto and stuff isn't good enough to get views, they'll start going into the next phase. And eventually we might end up in a situation like we're at now. You see, I'm not so aware of this woman's entire history, but from what I can tell, it seems like more recently, I'm not sure exactly when it started. I just don't think she was always this way. But more recently, she tried to become like this guru that was telling everyone they needed to take these natural supplements, and she was ordering stuff offline from like Alibaba, like fake pills, and taking it and telling her followers to take them and stuff like that. Now, I'm not sure if it's that or those pills and stuff that led him, Marvin or Vaughn, to be how he is now. But I mean, I think it's something there that we need to look at. There's some past videos where she really talks about how evil and vindictive she can be, and I'll bring you all that on the next video. But even here, she's literally just sitting here talking about how crazy she is. And if you want to sit here, if you want to record a video while you should be doing makeup, waving a knife, telling me how crazy you are, then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to believe it. I'm going to believe it. When people show you who they are, when people tell you who they are, believe it. Don't try to make excuses for them. Believe it. So yeah, you're crazy. Okay, cool. And now you're stuck in a crazy situation and people are looking at you sideways because you tried to portray yourself like this crazy bitch all the time. Like you're so cool and hardcore. It's really lame. It's all an act. Now, as far as the situation goes, I can't tell you all for sure what is going on here. For one, it's too early for me to make a real judgment because I don't know yet. I haven't looked into everything. Also, this is a sensitive topic, okay? At the end of the day, this woman's husband is in a vegetative state. We don't know why he's in that vegetative state. Supposedly, he tried to unalive himself. We don't know really what's going on here. So I think it's important that we have to be somewhat sensitive to this situation. Now, you all may think like, okay, you're talking about being sensitive to the situation, yet you made this video and you literally just made fun of this woman. Yes, I did. I did. But I did that because she's already showing this. If this was some private matter, I wouldn't feel comfortable bringing you all this story, but she feels fully comfortable live streaming all day, doing makeup, trying on outfits while her husband is in a vegetative state behind her. You know, recording these videos. Oh man, I almost forgot. Recently, she took her spit and rubbed it all over his face and all over his body. Literally while he's in the hospital bed in a coma, non-responsive, she's just rubbing her spit all over him. So you could probably visibly tell that I'm disturbed by some of this story. The reason I'm bringing you all this story is because she's already bringing you all this story. She's just bringing it in a different light. And surprisingly, people are crazy enough that they're following up with her. She has a support base and they're all attacking people who are calling this stuff out, which is something that I see with every story I cover. So that's nothing new to me. But yeah, the reason I feel comfortable here talking about this, even though it is a really sensitive situation, is because she's documenting all of this stuff herself. So she's already putting these videos out there and they're getting thousands upon thousands of views. So it's not like I'm taking private information from their private life and showing it to you all, because I wouldn't do something like that. In fact, I'm not even comfortable sharing half of the stuff that she shared herself. So I just want to put that out there. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. If you all have information and stuff that you all would like to show me, you can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter. If you agree with anything I said here today, drop a super thanks, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll talk to you all on the next video. Hopefully something is done about this because, whoa.